Hey everybody, welcome to an HD video review. This is of OverRide. This is OverRide of Transformers Cybertron. Now, in case some of you don't know, Transformers Cybertron was one of the shows that came out kind of simultaneously. It was, I guess you'd call it part of the Unicron trilogy. You had Armada, you had Energon, you had Cybertron, or something in those categories. And OverRide has a very interesting history because you see, originally in G1, OverRide, if you read the comics and you buy the if you bought the original G1 figure as well as you read the Marvel comics, and I think even the Dreamwave or IDW comics, G1 wise, OverRide was originally a male, but because Cartoon Network, who was airing Transformers Cybertron at that time, felt basically, Cartoon Network had somewhat of the final say. So they basically indicated and said that they wanted to have a more female presence on Transformers Cybertron. So instead of making OverRide a male, they said, let's make OverRide female. So that's what they did, and this is the figure that came from it. Now, as you can see, she has her weapons. And she has, I just read the name of it right now. It's power something that they needed to find. These little power things right here. And this thing works with her as well. It's supposedly, I think, supposed to go in here if it fits in there. Yeah, originally I think it's supposed to fit in there. But it just won't do it right now. But it's basically like a little power core or something. Now, she's from basically the Speed Planet, where she's like the leader. Now, I got this at Walmart when I was living in Lawrence, Kansas. I think I got this when I was working. I'm not too sure. But it's a pretty nice figure. It's a little complicated at times to figure out, but it's pretty nice. Now, how do you transform? Well, first of all, you take the gun piece out, which has little pegs it connects to. It's got these little pegs right here that it connects to. So it's got these pegs here, so it's got these little holes it connects to. Then, what you do is you separate the legs, and that should snap back the forward part right here, and snap her head loose. Right. I'm sorry, that's a diesel truck in the back. My brother-in-law has a diesel truck too for his business. But anyway, you snap that back, and basically everything, once that happens, will snap right out. It's kind of like a snapper. So basically her arms, which are down here, will snap forward. And so will her legs. And basically the transformation just goes from right there. It's really simple. It's basically one of those snap ones right off the bat. And then I think you rotate her legs like that to have them connect in here so they're lined up. And then basically you got a little peg here where you have to peg it into this part, little hole here, so you can peg it right into there. I think that's what you're supposed to do. Yeah, you got to be careful because it's not the best construction at times. Peg it in there. But then anyway, you get her heels. You get her feet out. You've got little heels here. Yeah, she's a lady, so she's got to have her heels. Stand her up a little bit. Or at least try to. I think in a sense you're supposed to loosen up the legs a little bit. I'm not really sure why they designed it that way. But she's a little disjointed, I will say that. So yeah, either way, I think with the knees or not, she's supposed to be standing up on her high heels, if you will. Then her power cord, which I think this might be it, I'm not too sure, goes right into the arm, sort of like a shield. And she falls back because of it. Kind of stand her up straight. And then her weapon, you notice it's got an additional peg here. Oh, goes right there. And there you go. And if we could stand her up straight, here you have OverRide. This is the Transformer Cybertron version of OverRide. You have it right here. And besides a few design flaws, as you could probably see, like being able to stand straight, connect the back kind of deal, it's actually a pretty nice figure for a female figure at that time, which you rarely got a lot of. You know, very nice figure, I will say that. Very, very durable, there's no doubt about that. Again, it's a little bit more complicated than, you know, I think anybody would prefer it to be, if you will. I don't have a turntable like Optibotimus, but that's okay. But it's a very, very cool figure for the price that I got it for. And like I said, I think you can either put the knee parts in here to kind of help it balance a little bit. I'm not really sure. Because I had it like this for a while, so I don't know if that helped her out or not, or hindered her. Or, I mean, I don't really know, to be honest with you. But either way it works, depending on your preference to have her stand, if you want to have her stand in robot mode. If you can even do that. It's a little complicated at times, depending on the surface that you have on. And yeah, I think you got to have her lean forward a little bit just to make sure the feet are out to make that happen. So, yeah, very nice figure. Now, how you transform her back? Well, that's easier said than done. First, we take the weapon. We we'll put it to the side here, along with the weapon here. And then what you do, again, you want to make sure the legs are like that. We put the heels in, first of all, so we'll get those out of the way. Then, what we do is, it's very complicated. It's not too complicated at times. But what we do is we lift the back here, lift that up. That should snap that. Okay, that's lifted up. Then what you do is you fold the arms back. They should have these little holes in the back here. These little holes where my fingers are. They should snap into those, hopefully temporarily. I'm assuming. Then we got these little pegs here in the red, and what you do is you got these little pegs on the feet, these little holes I should say, and you got these little pegs on the feet. You carefully put the pegs into the hole as best as you can. It's, like I said, it's a lot trickier. It's on both sides, right there. I don't know if you can see it. Both sides right there. So it's a lot trickier than it seems. And you fold the feet down. And then, like I said, if you're having trouble, you put the arms back. Put the arms back in them. Again, make sure the arms go into the pegs. Make sure they go into the pegs. And then what you do right here is you move this thing forward, and you try to snap it as best you can into place where the red thing is, and make sure you don't disjoint anything or make cause anything to come loose. And I think you're supposed to make sure that these white parts here, which you can move, like I said, anytime you put it on the robot mode, make sure they're next to these arms so they lock them in. And essentially, there you go. There is OverRide in vehicle mode now. And then, like I said, you got these two little holes here with the pegs here. You just snap the thing into place. And I think originally her thing, if this is it, goes right here, or something goes right there, or whatever. But yeah, there is OverRide from Transformers Cybertron. It's a really neat figure. I think you can still pick her up on Amazon.com. I'm not really sure. There's also her GTS version as well. Check that one out. But that is OverRide. If you got any comments, let me know down below. And I'll talk to y'all later.